Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over and update you on my 30 days all-in challenge. We are on day 16 out of the 30, and so we're just past the halfway point. So what am I doing? I was challenged to go 30 days and choose an area in my life that I feel like I could improve on and go all in for 30 days and see where it got me in that 30 days. So I chose to do fitness. The plan that I had to do with the fitness was go to the gym 6 days a week for an hour and uh, track my meals, eat low carb, high protein, and track my macros as far as tracking my meals. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Make sure I'm getting enough water. And so that's what my challenge has been and my focus. So how am I doing? I am successful with making it 6 days a week for an hour. I get my butt up out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I am out on the floor at the gym working out by 4:30. I work out from 4:30 to 5:30. Then I go get a hydro massage, and then I take a cold shower. 3-minute cold shower to help cool my body down, wake up the rest of my senses, and actually I've found that it helps ease the soreness from working out. Uh, and then I get dressed and I go to work. I work my shift and then come home and spend time with family and get myself ready for the next day. So my eating, I am tracking all my meals, and I am not tracking calories. I am tracking macros. So, and I'm using FitnessPal, MyFitnessPal. I actually have the paid version, so I can do a little more as far as the nutrition goes. And so I put all my information in, and it gave me some information back. I didn't necessarily like the parameters it gave me, because for having a meal plan that is supposed to be low carb, high protein, with the macros, it was still quite a high percentage of carbs. So I went in and changed the parameters so things were fairly balanced and a little bit on the lighter end when it comes to carbs. So my carbs are 30% carbs a day, 35% proteins, and 35% fats. And that's what I've been using. That's what I've been tracking. And I get within 1 or 2% on all of them. So I'm able to keep it pretty close. There have been actually a few days lately that I have been right on. So I feel pretty good about that. My sleep, I think out of everything, this is where I am challenged the most and struggling the most. I'm not always getting the 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and that one's difficult because there's so many things involved in that. I try to get at least into bed by between 9 and 9:30 so that I can be asleep by 10, and that gives me right around 7 hours. But it also depends on the atmosphere. I struggle sleeping anyway. I have a CPAP that I'm using, and so I wake up frequently throughout the night. So that's been a challenge. I've been trying several different things and trying to work with that. Some of those things are just out of my control, but I'm trying to do the best I can with that. And then I'm just making sure that I'm drinking lots of water. And yeah, I started the challenge at 251 pounds, and I currently sit at 243.6 pounds. My goal is to be at 240 pounds by the end of the 30 days. I am well on my way, and I'm confident that by day 30, I will be at 240 pounds. Um, I am feeling a difference. I am starting to see somewhat of a difference. The scale showing it, my reflection though isn't showing it as much, and so that's difficult mentally, and been a challenge because the vision that I see in my head, I'm not seeing in the mirror yet. And I just have to learn to be patient with that. Things will come. The scale is showing it. My clothes are starting to show it, at least feel it. I'm fitting into clothes I haven't fit in a while. My pants, all my pants I have to wear belts with now. And there was a couple pairs of pants that I couldn't wear anymore because I couldn't buttons. So I'm able to fit in those currently, and that feels great. It's just learning to be patient with the reflection and that anyway. That's been something I've been working on anyway, learning to love myself and be appreciative for things. So that goes deeper than just the losing weight and everything. So that's about where I'm at. Where am I going? Well, I'm obviously going to continue through with the challenge. And this challenge, there's some things that I probably won't change once it's over. My eating in that will probably differ a little bit. As far as my intake, I'm still obviously going to track things and try and keep things as balanced. I haven't had bread of any kind since I started this challenge, and I probably will integrate whole grain slice of bread every so often. My son also had a birthday, and my wife froze a piece of cake, and I am most definitely going to eat that piece of cake. The difference is I'm not going to be eating a piece of cake every single day until the cake is gone. It's just that piece of cake. Once it's over, that's over and done with. And I will also be budgeting my carbs for that. That might mean that I may be eating that piece of cake for a couple days, stretching out over a couple days, just so that I can keep my balance as far as my macros go. But yeah, the gym will continue 6 days a week. Um, and that will probably not stop. If I miss a day here and there, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But the goal is still to make it 6 days a week. And by the way, I'm actually not hitting the gym. I'm at 6 days a week. It's actually five. And then I have a martial arts class that I take on Fridays, which is quite strenuous. We do a lot of HIIT training and then just our normal drills and everything. So that's probably one of the more strenuous workouts of the week. Using that as a goal to get to with all of my other workouts. What have I learned from all this? The number one thing I've learned is to listen to my body. Um, what I thought was 100% for my body was definitely not 100% for my body. The other thing is learning the difference between good pain and bad pain. Muscle aches and even a little bit of straining and stuff like that is fairly normal, especially with weights and everything, because essentially you're making micro tears and stuff like that in those muscle strands. They're repairing themselves and growing. So you're going to get some soreness with that. The thing that I've learned is being able to identify what type of pain I'm feeling. Is it soreness? Is it, soreness usually comes and goes. If you're doing repetitive motions and stuff like that, whether it's, continued presses or who knows whatever it is, as you're doing those motions and you have continual pain and it seems to increase, that there is a bad pain. And why I bring this up is because I started hitting things super hard, like when I was as hard as when I was in my teens or 20s. Well, I'm not that young anymore. My body's not. I've also been. I'm overweight, obese. I'm basically going from little to no exercise up to 6 days a week. So 100% is not going to be 100% when I was in my teens or 20s. In fact, that 100% is going to change as I progress. So 100% last week is not the same 100% as this week. Obviously, that 100% should be elevated this week than last week. And kind of learning where my limit is physically was a challenge. The first 3 days, I was hitting it super hard. By the fourth day, I was completely dead. I was hurting, both soreness and old injuries. I still went to where it was challenging, but not overbearing challenging. And so, biggest thing I've learned thus far is listening to my body and learning that 100% isn't this fixed goal up here. It's kind of a progressive goal. As we progress, and I hit that 100% last week. Once you hit that 100%, that 100% jumps up to the next level. So your next goal is to make the 100% of last week your baseline, and then progress forward to the new 100%. That'll jump forward again, and that becomes your baseline. And eventually you'll end up reaching that 100% in your mind, but it's not going to happen overnight. And that's been something that I've been learning with this challenge. So that's where we're at, and I will be continuing forward with all of this, and super excited about it. Hope this answers some questions, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, suggestions, anything, drop them down below. If you want to know specific details about my workout program or anything else, drop a comment below. I do have a couple people interested, so I'm still kind of deciding whether or not I'm going to put a video out on that. That being said, we will see you next week on next week's update. And hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe. We'll see you in the next video.